Hello and welcome to the Weekly Scroll podcast. My name is Ryan.
And I'm a creepy child written by Stephen King.
And I'm a normal child written by Stephen King named Stella Condrey.
Hi, I'm Miko. Happy to be here.
And today, let me hide this for now. She's gone. We are going to be playing the Lost Bay, a suburban gothic RPG from our game master here, Eco. A game that I think my first interaction with it was way back in EF Con with you, right, Eco?
Yeah. We played at the EF Con,
Yeah. So why don't you tell us a little bit about the Lost Bay?
Yeah, sure. So The Lost Bay is a suburban gothic game set in the 90s where you play like young adults. Like, it's not the 80s, it's not the Goonies, you're not kids anymore. You're like in your 20s and the world has become much darker. And well, it's called Lost because we don't really know where it is. I mean, it's an abstract place, a huge suburban area close to the sea and stuck between a desert and marshes. And like the core characteristic of that huge implied setting, and that's kind of the mood of the game, is that it's a place of contrast. There's a lot of urban areas, a lot of wild nature, ancient nature. There's ancient creatures. There's kind of modernity, the 90s level of modernity. And there's the mundane and the supernatural worlds that are mixed together, seamlessly. I don't know, skateboards, VHS tapes, malls are part of daily life, like blood curses and immortals and powers which your character have. So mundane and supernatural mixing, and you're in the middle of it, and you're surviving in a world that is becoming increasingly more weird and more dangerous and more challenging every day. Yeah.
Just like real life, you know?
Yeah, dude, I was about to say that.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So why don't we do you wanna hop in and we'll start talking about characters?
Yeah, sure.
And get all creepy here on the Weekly Scroll.
Yeah, sure. So we'll intro your characters and just word of intro. So there's character classes, they're called vibes. There's a bunch of them. Like in the early access version of the game, I think there's 6. And in the game, in the full the version we're going to Kickstarter in March, there's going to be between 10 and 20, depending on the stretch goals we reach. And the approach is kind of like a la Electric Bastion or Troika. There's lots of backgrounds that comes with specific abilities, powers, and growth opportunity. And so, do you want to introduce your characters? And after that, maybe we'll talk about safety tools and stuff. And okay?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So who wants to go first?
Why don't you kick us off?
Okay, so yeah, sure, of course. yeah.
Go off, Stella.
Stella.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm going to be playing Sarah. She's a fire starter who is maybe a little bit into flames. She is only 18, and she is very chronically sleep deprived.
Oh.
Damn. My character is also very chronically sleep deprived.
Yeah.
So I'm playing Johnny.
Wait. Give us a sec.
Sorry.
So fire starter, what does that mean? You have powers, right?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. What can you do with fire? Yeah.
So the powers I chose were Ignite, which gives me damage as flow, which is one of my stats.
Yeah.
And I also have Suffocate, which allows me to eat up the oxygen in a room. Additionally, just as a default power that I get, Unburnt, which says fire damage, lose weird instead of here, instead of heart.
Yeah, so you're a fire-related character and kind of immune to fire, and
It says specifically that I am subservient to the fire demon, which I am excited about.
Yeah, because like your characters kind of got their powers as a chunk of the power of an immortal, which you are kind of serving or who is like supporting you in some way.
Yeah.
So Hunter, what about you?
I'm playing Johnny. He's a scanner. He is also 18. And yeah, he has eidetic memory, which I believe means that anything I read, I can just remember. And my other powers are rewind. I can rewind time by 1 round. And then I took magnetize or demagnetize. Because that sounded cool. But yeah, he's like a late night like VHS freak, you know, like finding like weird bootleg VHSs and like trading them with people and like mailing them and like copying tapes, all the classic audio video stuff of the 90s.
That's cool. That's cool. And Ryan?
Yeah, so I am playing as Dante. I am a seer. So I decipher death threats in chemtrails. Like, it's very conspiratory kind of leaning, I guess. Well, in the vibe explanation, there's like leaning into that or leaning into more ritualistic and things like that. And I think my character leaned more ritualistic. When I rolled my gear, I ended up getting some things that tied into some other parts of the character. So I went with that. The powers I have is I start with a vigil, which means I can sense imminent danger.
Yeah.
And then the other 2 that I chose were darkness and oracle. So oracle, I can answer 1 question. Darkness, it says summon and it requires a relic. And I was actually going to ask you about that. So I can summon darkness or I summon something in the darkness.
Yeah, so some powers are like have like little mechanical descriptions. Others have just like words or very loose description to allow you players to make whatever you want of them, you know? So, I mean, we'll see like in game if you want to use it. So I don't know. It could become really what you want to do. So
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So well, some of the gear I got with me just to up my creepiness. I rolled for the vintage Polaroid of corpses.
Of course, like it's
yeah, and then the ritual knife along with my bitter smokes. So as soon as I got the ritual knife and stuff, I was like, okay, well I gotta. My kid's definitely just like some creepy culty weirdo, and I'm gonna go lean away from the conspiracy bits and into the darkness, corpses, you know, bits. Oh, and I'm chronically sleep deprived. I don't know if anyone said that yet.
Okay. Okay, let's go. So ritual knife is going to be super useful, by the way, because like to use one of your powers, you require spilled blood. So I don't know, might be useful to use oracle. And okay, cool. And I wanted to ask, like, seer, how do you see, like, how does that happen? Like, is it like actually having visual visions? Is it like feeling? Is it something else? What's the way you perceive like the?
Yeah, because it says I recover. Well, because I get to recover weird by doing something weird. I feel like I really dig the Polaroid of the corpses thing.
Yeah.
Could I always like have that on me and like I don't know, talk to the corpses in my pictures kind of thing, you know?
Okay. So they're like your gateway to the world where you see stuff, okay? To clarify that, what happens if you lose the Polaroid? Like, is it do you lose that power, or you know?
I feel like I would, but it's one of those things where this is just the like the block that I've made for myself. So if I somehow lose it, it's something I'll have to overcome. But I feel like I need it, but I don't think I actually need it, you know?
Okay, that's
it's
cool.
It's my comfort. It's my It's my baby blanket. It's just
Yeah,
my old
it's your
vintage
baby
picture of
blanket.
corpses that brings me comfort.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Everybody has got a like a vintage like picture of corpses, and it's like it's really reassuring, to hold it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
yeah, there's a character, an NPC, Sandra. They them they're like maybe a little bit older than you, reckless, like fierce, wild character. You folks all live together, and also to simplify like the backstory of your characters or to make it more complex. I don't know, like you don't live at your parents, you're somewhere together. I don't know, a squat, a place, you live together. And Sandra is part of your tribe. And I would like Sandra to be more like more closely bound or related to one of you. I don't know how, like, I don't know, could be anything, could be like romantic involvement, could be like blood, could be anything, could be friendship, could be like, so who that would be, like who feels they are like super close to that wild character who goes and comes from the house, the squad. They're not always there. They're kind of an independent spirit.
I think that maybe there's a good chance that Sarah, like just has known Sandra for like a long, like since they were like, I don't know, like since they were like very young, maybe. I know they're not like exactly the same age. Sandra's like a little bit older, but like it's just maybe that's kind of the situation.
Yeah, cool.
That,
cool. And so okay.
Stuff like that.
Okay. Cool. Okay, so before we jump like headfirst in the session, and that's a pun for later. We'll talk about safety tools. We're gonna use like veils, lines, and X card for the session, and I'm gonna like go first and tell what kind of veils or lines I have, and I wanted to tell you like they're not a contract. What I mean by that is that if you don't want to state some lines and veils because you don't feel comfortable, but later on you want to add a line or a veil, that's cool. I mean, you don't have like just right now like to tell everything. So for me, it's pretty simple. I've got two strong lines, one against any form of sexual abuse or violence, and one against suicide, basically. And Hunter, do you have lines, veils you'd like to mention?
I think the ones that you put up earlier are pretty much very much the same. Like no like sexual violence or like weird like ultra violence towards children or
okay.
Like, listen, if a kid gets punched in the stomach, like that's fine, but
I mean, we're all kids. We're all like 17,
I mean,
18,
that's the thing.
19.
It's like 18-year-olds is a kid.
Yeah. I think for me, I'm honestly fine with most things as long as like the descriptions of like gore aren't too like graphic or whatever, Yeah.
Okay, cool. Ryan, something you want to add or?
I'm good with what everyone said. That's good for me.
Yeah.
And for the listeners, I wanted to mention that there's like content warnings with like related to like water, height, suffocation, possible suffocations or suffocation or possible drowning. So like, be advised about that. And okay. So let's jump right in. So Dante, you've been staring at your photograph like in the past days, in the past week, like you spend hours, I guess, through the week staring at it, and it kind of changed like shape. You saw like the corpses kind of immersed in water, like in a dense, brackish water. Their face like covered by water, and them like having kind of convulsions and trying to breathe and without being able to probably come out of the water. So it's been like, so yeah, the photograph has been like telling you that thing in a recurrent way for the last days. And I should mention that it's the summer. It's the heart of the summer. It's been the summer. It feels like it's been the summer forever. But yeah, and you wake up in the morning, the three of you, after probably, I guess, Dante a night spent like staring at the photograph, trying to decipher what it means, and so morning is there, and you find Sarah a note from Sandra telling that something like, I'm going at the pool at the quarry. We're going to jump. Come and meet me. It's going to be so cool. Come and meet me. And it's a bit weird. Sandra hasn't been home in the last days. So I don't know. Maybe they came home and dropped the note or something like that, which is not their usual way to act. And yeah, sounds like a summon. And I'm not sure if you folks know much about that pool at the quarry. We're gonna see. Somebody wants to roll a d6.
I got it.
Roll. Oh,
Okay.
3.
Okay. So yeah, you've heard about it, like in casual conversation. The place is a dump. It's dirty. There's an abandoned quarry and it's flooded, and it makes like a huge, gigantic pool. And folks go there and you have no idea why, because like looks like useless and dirty and not cool. And it's completely like lost, isolated in the old woods that are like behind the place you live, like in the midst of wilderness. And yeah.
sounds like a good way to get cancer with all the mining stuff.
Probably. Yeah.
But
You
we're
don't know
like, but we're like young and invincible, so it's fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Nothing could hurt us.
Are we? So I'm 19.
And we're both 18, I think.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
they're-
we're all quote unquote of age.
Yeah.
Are we in like America in the 90s, or are we in Europe in the 90s? Because we can drink in Europe, we can't drink in America.
I don't know a single 18 or I don't know a single 14, 15, 16 who's ever had that lost off them.
So
Well,
listen.
I didn't say like not in the basement. I mean like in the out and about. But
That's true.
so I'm the oldest, I guess. But Sarah, you're the closest friend with Sandra. So Sandra came to the house and is basically saying, "Hey, get your shit. We're going to the quarry pool." That's what's happening.
Yeah, I'm going to the quarry pool. Come, it's gonna be fun. We're gonna jump in the water.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, I feel like Johnny's like watching a video. So he's this far from a television, just like,
hey, dork, are you listening?
he like looks over massive bags, just like,
Yeah.
he hits like stop, he pops the tape out, puts it in a little case, like, what?
Sandra told us we best go to the quarry. So it's going to be fun.
Okay. And he just like walks out of the room into like, we're like squatting in a house, right? So whatever like little hovel of a room he has, like walks and like grabs his gear. He's got his hacked camcorder and some other stuff that you would not possibly need for going to a quarry.
Sure.
Just not dressed to go swimming at all.
Are there like a couple of things you want to grab from the house, like extra stuff, extra gear, like small stuff? I don't know. Considering that you're leaving the house and there's probably a lot of stuff there, you could like bring extra stuff with you. Is there something you'd like?
So there's one thing that I rolled as part of my starting gear.
Yeah.
And it was specifically there was a slice of pizza. And I saw that the foods have various effects or whatever.
Yeah.
I'd like to imagine that I'm grabbing that slice of pizza. We don't know how long it's been there exactly.
Okay, sure. It's been
and
on the table. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been on the table. And I think that I have not rolled the what's it called? I have not rolled the effect for it, but I think when I eat it, I want to roll the effect.
Sure. That sounds cool. That sounds cool. Sounds really cool. Okay.
Yeah.
For that
else?
pizza, do you like roll it up and put it in your pocket, or?
I think that she's, Sandra, she's a modern woman. She has a tote bag or something. That she keeps
cool.
with her.
So
yeah, please go ahead.
So as a seer, I was trying to figure out if I'm like the person who's going to like freak out and try to stop everything when I see visions, or if I'm the kind of person who's going to sit back and watch it happen. And I've decided I'm the kind of person who's going to sit back and watch it happen. So I'm staring at my picture, slowly drowning over the course of like the last days and days and days and days. And then Sandra, who haven't seen in a while, just shows up at the house and says, "Hey, we're going to the quarry pool." And I immediately go, "All right." And
All right.
yeah, this is happening. And then I have I have my stress ball, which is just gonna be this canonically, so that I can just play with it on screen. But I grab my pack of bitter smokes. I tuck my ritual knife into my docks. And
is it like your ritual knife? Is it like could be a butcher's knife, which is a ritual knife? Could be like an ancient engraved knife. What kind of knife is it?
It's the most generic dark fantasy wavy blade, like ritual ass knife that you could possibly imagine. It is like absolutely the most generic thing.
Okay, cool.
If this guy was not in the Lost Bay, he would have been playing VTM.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Black docks, black ripped jeans, black hoodie, black t-shirt, black underwear, black socks, black soul, black ritual knife,
Perfect. Yeah. Okay. Well, you're leaving the house. I guess that Johnny, who has heard about like the quarry before, has got like a notion of where it is, and you are like in Sleep Country, which is like a residential area, and very quickly like you leave the part where there's these infinite networks of houses and houses and houses, and then you step into the part where there's like a gigantic network of unfinished houses, like construction sites, and then dumps, trash, and then the wilderness, and then the woods starts, and it's taking you fucking forever to. Oh yeah. Oh, am I allowed to curse?
Fuck yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. So it's taking you fucking forever. Like I don't know. Probably I guess you woke up kind of late, like as you're all having like sleep issues, I would say. So
I haven't slept yet.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, exactly. But anyways, I don't know. It's probably like already 4 or 5 p.m., something like that. And we gonna do a weather roll. We're gonna roll 1d6. Somebody rolls 1d6, and
that's a 6.
That's a 6. Okay, and Oh, okay, that's cool. So the weather changes, and by the way, like I'm super excited about like the weather flower, which is being designed by Pierre-Philippe Renaud, which is a French Canadian designer, and yeah, it's gonna be super cool in the game. So we don't have it finished yet, but like with a lot of cool effects tied to the game. But for today, what's cool to know is that like there's the wind like raising, first a slight breeze and then a stronger wind, and then the sky becomes darker, and of course it starts raining. So yeah, like it's like very gentle rain, but it's both hot and raining today. And yeah, perfect weather. And yeah, and to answer your question, are we in Europe or like in the US? Well, I don't know. It's up to you folks, or maybe we are in a totally different place. I mean, like the way it's designed is like for you to imagine wherever it is. I know there's folks in Taiwan who are into the Lost Bay, and we're talking about like translating it in like in Chinese, and they're gonna write some Taiwanese related stuff. There's people like in Latam who are into the Lost Bay. So I mean, it's really, I don't know, it's wherever you want to be. But I think, you know, that in any case in the Lost Bay, like people who are 18 like drank alcohol probably, or even younger, or I mean, you know, there's not like a very strong sense of like being of police and cops. It's a very like unorganized place, I would say. And
Actually, though, like this whole walk, Johnny's had the camcorder out. Is just recording, and like several times has probably been, well, as everyone like turned right or left, has just like kept walking forward until someone pulled his like attention. It's like, oh, you know.
yeah. Are you like filming your feet, or are you like
No,
like...
I'm filming around me, but almost like as an unconscious action. Like I just filter all things that I see. I just filter through a camcorder. Yeah.
Okay. So you're like absorbed in the camcorder.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's the 90s, so I assume that they also have the ones that were the little screen flips out, you know?
Yeah.
So I like sometimes he's got it up to his eye, and he like flips it open and like messes with some settings on it and like adjusts the light levels.
Okay, let's see what that does to you. Like walking absorbed like on the screen of your camcorder. Roll a d6, please.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope it fucks me up terribly. I rolled a 6.
Okay. Okay. So basically yeah, you see like in the screen like something that you can see like with your like naked eyes. You see somebody like following you like in the woods. Like the woods are pretty dense, and actually the thing about the place being a dump, you don't know if you're getting closer, but it's getting dirty. Like there's, you know, leftover food packages, trash stuff here and there, like rusty bikes. Like there's a rusty bike on in a tree, like on the top of a tree. It's kind of a weird place. Yeah, and like in the screen you see something or somebody, but looks more like a somebody who's following you, like walking. And when you lower the camera, you can't see them or it, and yeah, they're following. Looks like they're following.
So I can see them even without the camera, or I can only see them in the camera?
No, you can see them only in the camera.
Oh. I'm like, I look.
Are you recording?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Hey guys.
What?
Look at. And just like, it's got in the little hand strap, you know, so I'm not handing it off, but I like turn the camcorder towards Stella, I forgot your character's name.
Sarah.
Yeah, I like hold it over to Sarah. I'm like, do you see? Do you see?
Do I see?
Yeah, on the camera, definitely. You see, I mean, like I guess, I mean, like it's not super high definition, so it's a small like figure, a little bit pixelated, but yeah, definitely you see somebody wearing swimming trunks, completely wet, and a young person, like a teen, like a teen or somebody in their 20s. They look like shit. Like the skin is completely like super palish with blue spots here and there. And they look towards the camera with a tilted head, and there's water coming out of their mouth. And they're just staring at the camera like that.
Weird, right?
I'm always filming weird shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why can't you just be normal?
Uh-huh.
For once.
And pulls the camera back up. And he's like talking at you.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Uh-huh.
She judges you so much for being obsessed with video. Like, she doesn't spend like 20 minutes at a time just entirely zoned out staring at a fire. She has no self-awareness.
There's the group of the most normal people walk into the quarry this time.
We're literally like, one stares into a video screen, one stares into a lighter, one stares into a Polaroid camera. We have no concept of what's happening around this.
Yeah, you're like a perfect family, I would say. Like, like makes sense. There's so consistent characters. And,
yeah.
Also, just purely because this is who Johnny is, like, I think he's gonna power cycle the camcorder, like turn it off and on just to see if that like fixes the problem.
The problem. Okay. No, yeah. Yeah, so you're turning it off and like turning it on again to see like it's still there. It's still there.
I'm like, oh. Okay. Just desensitized from like horrible like bootleg VHS tapes of like untold terror.
Faces of death, we're just
Okay, so I guess you folks like continue like hiking. It's more hiking than walking right now. Like it's kind of like it's a tiring walk somehow, and you start to hear like sounds of like music being like from a record, music being played. Probably it's 90s. It's a grunge song or something like that, like in the distance, and some folks shouting and like very distant splash, and some people chanting.
Blast and Pearl Jam,
sounds like you're getting closer to the quarry / pool, and as you get there, basically what you find is like a huge square hole, like a shoebox, a hole like in it's marble. It's like in the marble mountain, and there's a very dense like forest all around it. And there are a few terraces, and there are like folks on the terraces. There's, at first glance, what you see, some dudes are making a barbecue. There are some folks who have a small tent, and there's people there, and they're jumping from the terrace into the pool. The place is both like super beautiful and super weird and a bit dirty. There's stuff floating in the water. And on the northern side of the water, there's kind of like a spike, like a rocky formation that has like, it's kind of a promontory or something that has like at the top some sort of natural balcony, slightly mouth-shaped, and you see like somebody like on the top, on the edge, walking on the edge of that terrace. Like it's super fucking high, and there's silence all around the pool, and the dude jumps, disappears in the water for a long time, then comes back to the surface, and everybody kind of, and then it's kind of a swimming, jumping in a water party or something.
Yeah.
So you're on the edge of it, like the southern edge, just opposite that kind of like peak, that kind of peak.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna scan the crowd. Do I see Sandra anywhere? Are they visible, or is the crowd
Yeah.
too like dispersed
Yeah.
or whatever?
The crowd is dispersed like on the edges or like of the pool, but yeah, you see them. They're kind of walking. They're talking on a terrace opposite yours. I would say like on the north, so the same side where the peak is, just beneath it, and they're talking with somebody, and sounds more like they're not arguing, but almost arguing with that person, not talking. And yeah.
Hmm.
Do we know who that person is?
No. I mean, you're looks like a guy, but you don't know. I mean, from where you are, you can't really tell his face, but doesn't look familiar.
Hmm. Looks like someone's bothering Sandra.
Do we know that we have powers and that the other rest of us also have powers? Like, we aware of our weird?
Yeah, sure. So we're gonna talk about that. Yeah, sure. So you absolutely are aware of your weird and your powers. So the weird is a thing that is all around the bay, everywhere, and like almost everybody knows that there's weird. The weird is what makes the bay, you know, like, and not like the rest of the world, if there is something the rest of the world. So, and the weird is what makes like there's no gods in the bay, there's immortals, and they live among people. Some look like humans, some look different, but you can't really tell who's who. And like they're called the living saints. They just die and are reborn like forever and ever. And they got the weird, and like they're like involved somehow of in that weird, like circulating everywhere. And the weird is also responsible for some shitty stuff happening, like, you know, like wicked stuff happening as well. And something happened to you, and you got the weird, and you became what you are now. That gave you powers, and maybe we could talk about how you got the weird. Not sure if you rolled that. Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah.
So Stella, do you want to go first? What
Yeah,
happened?
yeah.
How did you?
So the three things that I rolled for how I got the weird was sports field, blood, and money.
Yeah.
I have a feeling like the first bit of some of the weird creeping into my life was me, like kind of just hanging out underneath like some high school bleachers or whatever, and like seeing some people get into a massive fight over some money and
Oh,
like stuff, you know, uh escalating from there. And it just witnessing that kind of stuff maybe opened my brain up to influence from stuff.
but wait,
The
like
fire.
your weird is fire related. Did something happen then? Like, I mean, I see you've got the lighter. I don't know. I was just wondering, did
Yeah.
something happen that is fire related, like in that moment with sports field, blood, and money, and that you either witnessed or that you caused?
I think maybe I wanted to get away from that, and like in the process, like maybe I ended up tripping into a campfire or something that was going on in the woods.
Oh,
I was just like hauling ass, being like, I don't want to be a witness to this or whatever. That's what I think. I think that's that. Just seeing. I think maybe like seeing something go wrong for like the first time, combined with like that fire injury, opened me up to something related to the
Fire. Yeah.
yeah. And it says in my vibe, you serve the fire demon, son of the sun.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever that means. Like, and by that I'm saying that the lore is super open, like for like players and GMs to interpret it. So yeah, that's cool. Okay. And yeah, Hunter, how did you get the weird? How did you become a scanner?
So
how did you...
the 3 words that I rolled were video game, night, and tarot. And so I feel like I was having like one of the meetups I assume that I have with other like, you know, like VHS, like audio video nerds. And we were just like drinking and maybe smoking, and we like did like some weird tarot card readings, because you know it's very like post satanic panic, like weird kitschy alt kid stuff, but like proto goth. And we did like a tarot reading, and it was just like bad, like it was awful.
Ooh.
It was just like something really traumatic's gonna happen.
To whom? To you or to somebody else?
I guess it's if I took a tarot reading, it's about me. Maybe it wasn't like traumatic, but like something weird and changing was going to happen. And then we booted up like this like weird video game, like Nintendo, like NES game that someone got through the back of a magazine. And during playing it, like just odd, weird, haunted stuff began to happen around us.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Sounds cool.
And I woke up the next day and was just weird forever, you know?
Yeah. And this year,
that's when I hit puberty.
Yeah. And this year, Ryan, how did Dante get the weird?
Yeah, so actually, I instead of rolling my items, I kind of picked them after I rolled the 3 words. That's what I started with. My 3 words that I rolled were secret, blade, and photograph. So I was like, well, then I have to take the ritual knife and the Polaroid, because that's what makes sense.
Sure.
I feel like I had this photograph, this vintage Polaroid of corpses from somewhere. I don't know if I like yanked it from like a... No, you know what? I shoplifted it from a stack of stuff at like a Goodwill. It was just like tucked in there, and I saw it and it was creepy and I liked it, so I took it. But then I came across this knife as well, and I ended up buying that, and I took it home. And when I was playing with it, I accidentally cut myself pretty bad with this knife, and actually spilled blood all over the photograph, this vintage photograph of the corpses. But it just like absorbed it into the photograph. And then after that, I always had this photograph with me, and then I started seeing things in it that would come true. And I also realized that one of my powers is the Oracle, and it requires me to like draw blood in order to use it. So I realized that I basically merged these items, or like, used one with the other, and made this Polaroid like somehow connected with the kind of like oracleness of that by soaking it in my blood. So
cool. That's really cool. And so you have powers, and you know that there's other people having powers, and you know that Sandra has powers as well. Like you don't put a name on it, but Sandra is tough. That's their power, and that's a lot of powers behind that. Like they're just tough. They take shit, and they're restless, and I don't know how much you know them. Yeah, I mean probably Sarah. You know stuff. Yeah. So Sandra is like if they were a player, there would be a Splinter. They serve the hardcore wanderer. They're a restless, tough, super resilient person, and kind of valuing freedom above everything. And so like in the bit there's the normies, and there's folks who have powers, and But yeah, you do know that you have powers. And Johnny, something catches your eye. Is that you see, like, on one of the terraces, there's a dude, an older dude, which has video gear. He's got a huge camera. Never seen something like that. Not like your handheld recorder. It's got kind of like a bazooka thing. Like, it's a big camera, and they have like I mean, probably you've never seen one like for real, but you know what it is. It's a super old, like, black and white camera, and they have like it's got a detached recorder. The recorder is like it's like a suitcase you have to carry basically, and there's cables going from the camera to the recorder. So there's that dude, super old, like 30, 35 or something like that. Like ancient, yeah.
Let's say, like, yeah, super old. I'm 32 in real life, but yeah.
Yeah. So you know what I'm talking about, right? So yeah. So wearing a leather jacket or something, yeah, leather jacket, and yeah, kind of filming, and actually he's talking with people, and he's filming, like I guess he's filming in Sandra's direction. Yeah, that argument, like, that's kind of slightly escalating. Yeah.
I'm gonna go talk to him if I can.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
you have to, like, yeah.
Yeah, like I walk around and I like approach, and then
before as you're walking away from, like, the group, I want to just grab your arm for a second and just, like, pat, like, the pocket of my jacket, which you know is, like, where I keep the photograph, and I'm like, don't go in the water.
I look at my, like, fully clothed outfit, and I look at my bag of only audio video equipment, and I'm like, oh, yeah, okay.
And yeah.
So you're splitting folks, right? You're splitting. Yeah. You're not saying,
I mean, like, I just want to go ask the guy about his camera and what he's doing.
Okay, so you know what? I'm gonna ask everybody around the table what they do, and then I'm gonna tell you what happens. So you go and try to meet that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dante. Anything you want to do, or?
I'm gonna stick with Sarah, whatever she goes. I know that we saw Sandra arguing. I assume maybe she's gonna go see what that's about, and if she does, I'm just gonna stick with her. And then, like, I want to make sure that when I told Johnny about, like, stay out of the water, I, like, looked at her too and made sure that, like, she heard me, you know. And, like, you know that I see stuff, so just don't go in the water. Don't let Sandra go in the water.
I think what Sarah would be interested in doing is going over to, like, where the argument, where Sandra, they're arguing with the other person, and she would do what she thinks is solving the problem, which is insulting the person arguing.
Okay, cool. Makes sense. So, like, you kind of splitting into opposite directions, right? So sorry, Dante and Sarah, you're going east, on the east side, and, like, you walk on a small path that goes like, really on the edge of, like, that quarry, and yeah, I mean, like, it's not super safe. You can do that, but it's not super safe. I mean, you should, like, requires a bit of concentration. You go through a first terrace where there's folks, like, who are, there's dude who's cutting hair to other dudes. So they're, like, underneath, like a tent, a makeshift tent, and he's cutting hair, and there's music there. This is where the music was coming from, and they just say, like, a very casual and quick, hey, and they go back, like, to cutting hair, and you reach the terrace where Sandra is, and Dante, you take, like, the opposite route, and yeah, and you reach that person who looks normie, who's older, who's got that like super old camera and who looks extremely involved into what they're doing. And as you approach, he's talking with some of the kids there, and like looks like an interview. Like, yeah, and have you jumped? Have you jumped already? Have you jumped from the mouth? And how was it? Yeah, man, it was cool. Was cold. The water is cold, and but I couldn't reach the rocks down there. So yeah, I felt bad about it. So, but I'm gonna jump again today. And I mean, I've been training a lot and like in my bathtub, doing apnea and stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna reach rocks. I'm gonna grab a rock. So I feel super confident. Oh, so that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, yeah. And goes on like that. And looks at you, stops and looks at you and like stares at your camera. Oh, are you making a movie or
Yeah. Are you making a movie?
no? No, no.
Oh, it's a
No, no,
cool.
no.
What are you recording? What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm just it's research.
Oh,
It's yeah.
that's a
Somebody
cool
rolls.
camera. What's it called?
Yeah.
What kind of camera is that?
Uh it's experimental stuff, import. Um so doesn't really have a name. So
Mm.
but I've put pieces together and you can see that, that like it's kind of makeshift thing. There's you recognize bits and pieces of several like different cameras, and I don't know, like probably like in your group of folks you've been hearing about that camera. That's kind of a legend, that camera, like
Mm.
super high definition black and white camera. And yeah, so hey, Hunter, do you want
Yes,
to roll a d10 please?
absolutely.
Thank you.
I rolled a 2.
Okay, cool. And yeah, and yeah, do you want to try it? I mean, it's cool. If you want to try it, do you want to give me yours? And yeah, just hand over your card. Yeah. Do you want to try it? It's really cool. It's really cool. Do you want to give it a try?
Yeah, I'll try it, but I'll just put my camera in my bag. I'm weird about my camera.
Okay, cool. That's cool.
I close the camcorder and I power it down and I put it in my. Actually, I assume I have a backpack with me instead.
It's all right. So
I keep
like
reaching down for a bag, but
no problem. Like if you can have like items that are not mentioned, I'm not super strict about that in the gear list. They're not gonna give you like a mechanical bonus, or you won't be able to use them to do like crazy stuff. But backpack is okay. I guess you
I put
grab
it in my
that.
JanSport,
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll look. Yeah. Please. That's really really cool. Thank you. I want to try it.
So yeah, so you grab the camera. It's super heavy. Like the portable recorder is huge deck, heavy deck that's in a bag, and the quality of the image, it's black and white. It's just black and white, but I mean, it's so fucking amazing. And it's like you see a lot of stuff that you don't see, with your camera or with just your eyes. And specifically you see like through the water of the pool. First of all, it's extremely deep. It's fucking deep. And then you see that there's like small dots like blooming at the bottom of the pool. And yeah, basically you might be able to see more if you spend more time investigating and stuff, but that's like on the first look what you grab. Yeah,
I'm gonna keep looking down, but I'm gonna say, I'm like, so what are the dots in the water?
yeah, they're that's the kid answering. They're the stones. You're supposed to grab them. They're good luck. And there's not many of them left. And but it's tough. It's tough to go down there.
What do you do with them after you grab them?
Well, I don't know. I never grabbed one, but makes you stronger, makes you different, you know. I've been told, like, this is why folks come here, like, to grab them, makes them different, you know. And yeah, some people go and like swim down to grab the stone, but yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I know. Why they don't?
Huh.
Yeah,
Okay.
you've heard the stories. You've heard the stories, like
Yeah.
everybody probably, you know. Anyways, so
Well, Johnny is a skeptic, even though he's experienced truly weird shit in his life, and he's just like, yeah, whatever. And I mean, if the guy lets me keep using the camera, I'm gonna keep like trying to examine like the water, and then like the big pillar, or like the big like more mountainous piece that they jump off of that has like the little mouth.
okay, sure. So yeah, so the guy is gonna let you keep it for a while, and as you like tilt and pan your camera to like the peak, to the bottom of the peak, first of all, what you see is Sandra that is taking off their shoes and like taking off their shirts, and looks like somebody who's preparing to swim or jump or something like that. And I'm gonna go back to you in a sec. And right now we're gonna go to Dante and Sarah. Okay. So yeah, so you reach like that very small terrace basically, and there's three persons right there. There's Sandra, who's arguing with a very tall, skinny dude covered with tattoos, basically. And there's another dude who we're gonna call Boris, just to give name to people, even if you don't know his name yet, but just to for the sake of clarity. And there's another dude called Samir who's sitting on the floor and who's just eating stuff and looking and listening. And as you reach the terrace, Sandra starts climbing through like what's a series of stairs, and like rope stairs and ropes and wooden stairs that climb up the peak and go towards like the mouth slash balcony slash terrace. And by the way, it's starting to get darker as sunset, like the sun is getting lower. And yeah, Sandra probably didn't see you arriving. Yeah, and they're starting to climb that thing.
She really shouldn't get in the water. She you should do, like, you should. I mean, she's more your friend than my friend, but like I'm telling you right now, like it's not gonna, like something bad's gonna happen today.
Listen, I don't control them, like, but I think I'm gonna turn to the tall fella,
Yeah,
and be like, "You lurch, why'd you scare us?"
That's the
Sarah's not very nice. She's gonna turn to self-appoint the man she is determined is Lurch, and she's gonna be like, "Why'd you scare them off? Why'd you bother them?"
So guy speaks in a very low, like broken voice, low as not very low volume, and who the fuck are you, kid? What even are you doing here? You are not invited. What are you doing here? Who are you? I didn't scare. Who could possibly scare Sandra?
Well, why'd you fucking bother them then? Get in a fucking argument? No goddamn reason.
Oh yeah,
Sandra.
there's a lot of.
If there's anything I know about Sandra, it's that they're in the right.
Okay, cool. Are you like Sandra's mommy or something? Or like they're not in the fucking right. They owe me they owe me a lot of shit, right? So they're not in their fucking right at all. And I'm not arguing, and she's not arguing, and she's just gonna do what she's got to do, you know? She's gonna get me those fucking stones.
Scum.
Okay. Whatever.
Yeah, just
Whatever. And he looks up. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, Sandra is progressing quite slowly, actually. The whole thing path to the top of the terrace is pretty, yeah, it's super steep. And while you were like, I don't know, like arguing with Boris and Samir dude who was like sitting and eating probably looked at both of you, Dante and Sarah, and it was like looking at you, Dante. And yeah, so back to, I guess, our friend Johnny. Yeah. So what are you doing? What are you doing again?
I think I was trying to. I was taking a better look around. I mean, he's letting me use his camera. Like I'm a big camera and video nerd. And if I see weird things, I'm gonna try to zone in on them. And if he's not paying attention, I'm also going to try to mess with the settings of the camera to clear up the image of what I'm looking at. You know.
Sure. So yeah, I mean, like what you see is definitely a couple, 2, 3, 4 dudes who look like the person you've seen in the woods, and they're disseminated all around the quarry, you know, like same kind of palish figures and kind of standing still and looking towards the quarry. And yeah, you see a few of them like that with the camera, and you can do very good zooms. Like the zoom is super powerful, and yeah, they don't look very much in good shape, and probably not super alive. You're not sure about that, but anyways, you don't see them like without a camera. So
you said, where are these guys standing?
Well, they're like kind of all around the quarry.
Okay.
They're not grouped in a specific place, you know. They're
Gotcha.
all around the quarry, and there's probably one not super far from you, you know, like I don't know, like, do we speak in meters or in feet, or how do we do that?
Meters, 3 feet, close enough.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I don't know, like 5-10 meters from you. That would be like 30 feet from you, like in the bushes. You see one of those figures, yeah, staring downstairs like that.
Well, this guy, I'm gonna walk towards this figure and like with the camera at it, you know.
Okay, like camera dude grabs your arm and wait, where are you going?
I just wanted to see.
What would you want?
Yeah, the guy in the bush, you know.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you shouldn't talk about those. I've seen them, but you shouldn't talk about those. And
why?
Wait, yeah, don't talk about it here, you know. So yeah, I mean, I'll come with you. Oh, I don't know. That's why I'm here, basically. I don't know, you know. I'm trying to get that story, you know. Do you imagine? Like I make film with that shit? Do you imagine how many awards I'm gonna win with that stuff? You know, like the kids jumping and yeah, man. If somebody dies tonight, I mean, it's gonna be epic. That's gonna be like the ending sequence. Like, yeah.
It's hard playing the character that I am because the whole thing is that I'm desensitized as hell. But I think even Johnny being like super desensitized and kind of like apart from humanity, even he's gonna be like, "Well, that's a real piece of shit thing to say."
Like you say that?
I'm
You say
barely,
that? Or
yeah, I'm barely, yeah, like it, like for the most part, Johnny's like very monotoned and he just says like a kind of short phrase, and I keep like repeating things and making it less and less. But he like pipes up and is like, "Wow, that's really shit. That's really, really shitty. That's shitty."
yeah. So, right? I know. That's shitty job, you know? I mean, but somebody's got to do it, you know? So,
I'm
but
gonna hand
yeah.
him back. I'm gonna hand him back the camera and be like, thanks for letting me look. Thanks."
Yeah. Okay. You're welcome. Anytime. I'm Marcus, by the way. I'm Marcus, and yeah, anytime.
Johnny.
Are we still going there? What or
I think I mean like I you know yeah, let's go let's yeah. And Johnny pulls out his camera and like turns on his camera, and then like finds where he was looking at the maybe dead person that doesn't show up. And does it appear on my camera?
okay. Right now, no, but you guess that you're not super far from that spot, right? Okay.
Yeah.
And I'll get back to you. So you keep walking in that direction, right?
He's gonna go investigate the thing, but yeah, absolutely, good time transition.
Okay, I'll get back. So, folks, excuse me, I've lost track of time. I don't even know at what time we started. Like, we've played like so, just to know how much time I have, etc. So,
We've been at this about an hour.
An hour. Okay, thank you. So, yeah, back to the northern. Yeah, please excuse me.
Question: powers, right? I have a power. Is that just active? Do I need to do something, spend something?
Okay, cool. So you've got two kinds of powers. You've got like passive powers. Okay, you got the weird narratively that made you whatever you are or whoever you are right now, and it's a resourcing game. So there's kind of two stats / resources and three attributes. You've got like characters that have a heart, which measures it's kind of health points, to put it simply. You have low heart, you lose it pretty quickly, and you'll recover it pretty quickly as well, taking naps, eating, resting. And once you've lost all your heart, you start losing your force attribute. You got three attributes: force, flow, and focus. And when you've lost all your force, you're dead. And then you've got the weird is like a resource, is like that energy inside you, and you've got to spend weird to use your active powers, or you got to have weird to use your passive power. Your passive power by default is always on. Okay, so for you right now, what I would say is that you have your like rational brain. You know, you have those visions whole week. Plus, frankly, I mean, you don't need like to be like an expert medium or seer or whatever. You see like the kind of situation you are in. It's a dangerous place. So like your rational brain tells you, okay, it's getting darker. There's that very deep pool. There's a friend climbing on that ropey weird ladder. That's fucking dangerous, but you don't feel shit. You don't have like your vigil power that should tell you when there's like imminent danger, but that doesn't click. It's like, cognitively, that's weird. That doesn't work. So there's something weird here. So
that's what I was asking specifically. It was like the vigil. So I'm not sensing any imminent danger right now.
But let's talk frankly, like usually it's like you're always on, you always sense stuff like, right. And right now you don't sense anything, which is probably another way of like feeling there's weird shit going on, but you don't have clarity. You don't have clarity about it, So it's kind of like silence, like a deafening silence. That's weird.
So it's kind of like the fact that I'm not sensing something is just as weird as like sensing something super bad, like because there's always something, but here there's like nothing. So it's kind of like the sense of like being in the forest and realizing that there's like no noise when there's always noise in the forest, but that's the weird.
That's there's
weird.
no noise, like all the animals went quiet, and that means something, but the thing is you don't have a clue about what does that mean. Yeah
I just want to tug on like Sarah a little bit more and be like, we have to stop her. I know we can't stop them. Like we can't, like they're full-headed, but something's wrong here. Can you do anything?
I think I'm gonna divert my attention away from this dangerous man I've decided to insult and argue with, having talked to for all of 3 seconds. I'm gonna pull away from that guy and be like, yeah, we should. I'm just gonna very quickly like just flip him the bird and gonna start heading up in the direction of Sandra.
I just wave at him. I just completely ignored him entirely, this tall person. And when she flicks the bird, I'm just like, oh hi. And then like, yeah, I'll go with Sarah.
Okay. So you climb the rope stairs / pole /
If Sarah starts climbing, I will stay at the bottom and tell them that like stop her. You could like, you know what I mean? Or whatever, but just they should not go in the water. But if Sarah starts to climb, I'm like I did as best as I can do. I pull my Polaroid out again and I look at it. Does it look any different?
Yeah, it looks different. Like, yeah. So, but just give me a sec. So, like to recap, Sarah, you start climbing. Like it's real climb, okay? And super, I don't know, it's like 30 meters or something. It's
damn.
Like crazy. Yeah. You go there. Okay, cool. That will involve some rolls. And yeah, I'll get back to you. So yeah, the Polaroid has changed. There's a bunch of folks like it's like that, like I don't know what's like the situation usually of like I mean the context of the Polaroid, like the corpses. Where are they? Like what's in the photo? What do you see usually?
I feel like there's people in it. So like when I get a vision, the people stay the same, but their circumstances like change, you know what I mean? So like I don't know who these people in the picture are, but there's a number of them, and like when I've seen before that there was going to be a car accident happen, I see these people like in a car accident, like but it's not like I'll see new people or that the thing that it's happening to. It's more that I get a sense of like what's gonna happen in a broad sense based on the consequences of what happened in the picture. Yeah.
Okay, so right now what you see in the picture is like the usual group of persons who are all standing. They are like a pack, all packed together, all facing the same direction, looking like head tilted, like looking down like that, and they are in a very dark environment, which looks probably natural, like a cave or something, and they don't look alive. And there's a bunch of them right now, and you feel like you're looking at something from the past, probably. Yeah, like your visual sense is broken and is faced towards the past instead of the future, and you're looking backwards, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, Sarah, you start like climbing that thing, and like the first like 3 meters are kind of easy, as in like that's where like the stairs are in the best shape, and it's not like a flat wall. There's like small terraces, so where you can stop and maybe you have to walk a meter or two and then you start climbing again. And let's say two things happen. First, we're gonna roll. No, we're gonna roll to see how that works for you. But before that, you see that Sandra is not climbing anymore. They're kind of stuck. There's pebbles falling down, and you hear them like cursing, like "fuck, oh shit," and they're kind of stuck up there. And we're gonna roll. So we're gonna use one of your powers, but I'm not sure.
I don't think I have a relevant power,
okay.
Unless I want to ignite my friend.
Yeah, you could. Okay, cool. So we're gonna use one of the attributes. So the attributes there's three of them. There's force, flow, and focus, and they describe how good you are at doing something a certain way. And for the record, like the engine of the Lost Bay draws a lot of indie games, but a lot from two games which are Cairn, like for the scar system that is the thing that can happen to characters when they use their powers, and from the Lumen framework from Guild RPGs and Spencer Campbell with the powers, the powers and the attributes. So attributes describe the way, how much you are good at doing things a certain way, either with brute force or in a swift and quick way, or like using focus, whatever that means, rational, emotional, concentration, spiritual, and so you're gonna pick them depending on how you want things to happen narratively, and if you fail, depending on the attribute you've picked for your action, you're gonna fail in different ways, basically. And you can use an item to give you a bonus for the action. And I don't know if right now that's relevant, but the idea is that your players are encouraged to use items like in the most creative way possible. I would say you have rainbow sleepers, you could the rainbow sleepers could help you climb. Of course, I mean, everybody climbs better with sleepers. So I don't know if you want the rainbow sleepers can help you climb in a more easy and fast way. Anyway,
as someone who's currently wearing slippers, I don't think they would help me climb that much.
Okay.
But yeah, I think just looking at my inventory and looking at my powers, I think I don't really have anything up my sleeve to help me with this. I think at least in this case, it would probably be force, because this is just me trying to just go on ahead and be strong about that. And I've got a 3 in that.
So yeah, you rolled 3d6 and you're gonna keep your higher result, and you need a 5 or a 6. A 6 is a full success. The 5 is a success with the complication.
All righty. That is a 6.
Okay. So basically, the 6 means you reach Sandra right now, and you're beneath them. I mean, and I'll get back to you in just a sec. So 2 things happen when you reach Sandra. First, they're totally surprised, like, dude, what the fuck are you doing here? It's dangerous. Like, get down. And then pause, and then, fuck, I'm so stuck. I'm stuck. I'm gonna... That sucks, dude. I'm so stuck. I can't move. And then I'm gonna get back to let's say to Johnny. So you went deeper, right, into the woods, getting away from the edge of the quarry where the party is happening, and you looked around with your camera, and for a while you didn't see yeah, uh, that person like figure anymore. Marcus is following you and asking a lot of annoying questions, even filming you. Like, is that okay if I film you? Like, you could be in a movie, and I don't know, maybe you could be one of the main characters, or I don't know. And like it's kind of annoying. And yeah, and so
I'm not replying to it, just so we're clear. I'm not replying to any of them. Like,
okay,
if he's
cool.
asking like questions, I'm 100% not like, it's zoned out for me. I don't even like, I might not even actually hear him at all.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah.
So you make a perfect pair in the sense that he keeps asking the questions and you keep not answering, and that kind of works in a way. So and you walk like that in the woods, and yeah. So I assume you keep like looking. That's what you're doing, right? With the camera and look, yeah, and yeah. So no dude anymore, and and after a while in the spot you are, a dude comes back, not comes back as in walking, but appears and again, and more dudes. Dudes like yeah, more persons. Yeah. Like
I'd like to approach one as close as I can get to it.
yeah. So you get close to the place where you suppose the person, yeah. Yeah, that should be there. There's nobody, but it becomes extremely cold and it's wet.
Okay,
Like,
now I'm gonna look back and acknowledge. Was
the
Marcus his
floor,
name?
yeah, Marcus, yeah.
I'm like, how close am I to the guy, the thing?
Yeah. Hang on, give me a sec. So because it needs like a sec, to boot and to start up. So yeah. Do you want to really know, or like
Yeah, so I would like to really know. Yeah.
can you move like one step to the left, like it's for the frame, yeah, okay. Stay still, don't talk. Perfect. Yeah, so you're extending exactly where the dude stands, right? You're in the same place. That's a beautiful image. Oh, thank you for that so much. Oh,
Oh.
and yeah, and cold around you and cold getting inside you as well. Yeah, which is super weird. Yeah,
I'm gonna step back. The cold inside of me makes me feel bad, so I'm gonna take a large step backwards.
okay. Cool. You take a large step backwards. Are you still looking, or
Yeah, I'm still looking at my camera. Absolutely, I'm always looking at my camera.
okay? The closest person is looking at you like through the camera. You do a step back. They do a step towards you.
I step towards them.
I mean, like they come at you. Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
They follow you. They follow you.
I'm like, hello.
You just hear like the breeze, like in the trees, and the sound of the rain falling.
I guess I just reach out and kind of like through them. Just cold hand.
Yeah. Just cold, like cold air.
I should really go tell Dante.
Yeah. You know what, says Marcus? It's really cool. We're making a really cool sequence right here. But I don't know. It's getting really dark, and I feel that maybe I'd like to get back to where other, like people more normally visible people are. Or how do you feel about that? And
I'm just like, no acknowledgement. Just Johnny's gonna walk off. Like, I'm gonna start walking back to Dante and where Sarah's risking her life. Because I'm gonna be like, hey, there's like ghosts in the woods. But as I'm walking, I'm gonna look behind me and see if the thing's following me at all.
There.
You know what I'll do? I'll flip the screen on the camcorder and point it at myself so I can see me and behind me.
Okay, cool. So yeah, what happens is, well, they stay behind, but they kind of like regroup around the person you were kind of trying to talk to, and they start kind of very slowly walking towards you, like behind you, like towards like the pool. Yeah.
Good. Really good.
So yeah, back to Dante and Sarah, and so at this point, Samir has like is standing up, and there's I think that Boris is starting to climb the rope ladder as well. Like fucking Corey, what the fuck is happening right there? What the fuck is she doing? What the fuck is happening? And he starts like climbing the rope thing. And yeah, Dante, what do you want to do? The guy with sandwich, this is not looking good.
No.
Boris is so pissed off. He's so pissed off, you know?
This is not looking good at all.
You know, he's an asshole. When he's pissed off, he behaves like an asshole.
He seems like he's kind of an asshole all the time.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you could say that, you know. He's my brother. But he's really an asshole. I think I don't want to see that.
I stand by what I said.
So funny.
Oh God.
Come on, right Boris, calm down. What the fuck are you doing? Go, Samir. Come on, it's getting dark. Stop your fucking nonsense. Calm down. Yeah, please.
So, darkness.
Yeah, almost like you look towards the west, darkness. Sorry, you're using darkness.
Yeah, my power of darkness says it requires a relic. What do I have a relic? Do I need to find a relic? Like,
yeah, you would need to have one. You know, let's do something like roll a luck die. If you got a 5 or a 6, your Polaroid is relic.
So I was gonna see if it.
Yeah.
Roll a 4.
It's not a relic. It's a fucking amazing item object, but it's not a relic.
What about the ritual knife?
What about the ritual knife?
Doesn't matter. I rolled a 3.
Okay,
so
no.
I don't have any fucking relics.
So relics are objects that were owned by the saints at some point, and
gotcha. Well, yeah. The knife had a better chance of the Polaroid
bonuses.
Yeah. I pull out one of my smokes and just watch for a little bit. I listen. I see. I warn. I watch. That's just.
Oh wow! I see. I warn. I watch. That's so cool.
Yeah. Put that on a tattoo.
Yeah, I need a T-shirt like that.
I've done what I can do. And then I have like this like kind of fascination with seeing what I said would happen happening. Okay. So yeah.
Okay, so like Samir, the younger dude is starting to get super like agitated, like he's anxious. He's clearly anxious since Boris' brother started climbing, and Sarah, pretty quickly you feel like a hand like grabbing your ankle, not like pulling you down, but like hey, what the fuck are you doing here, guys? Like, yeah, climb up.
I'm gonna be like, Sandra, what the fuck is going on?
It's broken. Like the rope is broken. Like it's like it's rotten. Like I can't climb up. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. So they're probably, I don't know, like 1 or 2 meters above you, and they're like holding with like super tightly to the to the rock wall, to the wall, like to the marble. And yeah, I'm fucking stuck. I'm fucking stuck.
What are you stuck on?
On nothing? There's nothing here. There's me holding to the wall, and I have nothing to grab above me. And I don't know how to get down.
I'm gonna turn to the guy below me, and you
Which is,
fucking
yeah.
heard them. Back off. We need to get down. And it's not gonna be any help if you're riding our asses.
Now let me climb. I'm gonna climb. I'm gonna climb like I'm gonna get past you. Okay, okay. Move on
Okay.
the side. Move
All
on the
right,
side.
I'm gonna try to maneuver that, I guess, then.
Okay. So yeah, you kind of slide on the side, and I think where you are, like it's like the classical rope ladder made with like branches instead of being like it's not a circus
Planks.
rope or something like that. Yeah, it's just like branches, and the dude yeah, climbs past you and almost at your level, slightly above you, and yeah, kind of puts his hand like beneath Sandra's feet, and yeah, kind of pushes her, and well, you're good, good. Like just pull, and I'm pushing you, and you're gonna make it. And 1, 2, 3, and it kind of jumps somehow and pushes Sandra, and Sandra reaches something and pulls, and she's good. She keeps climbing, and Boris, after having done that jump push, kind of falls down, and yeah, like uh trickle down. Can I say that in English? I don't know. Like kind of like
Yeah.
falls down, yeah, ladder, and he is hanging by the ladder like that, and he's beneath you. Like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck. I'm good, I'm good. That's Sandra, and you can't see her and now anymore because there's no enough light there. It's not night already, but like against the cliff, you can't see her. You're here, her, she's above, and she's getting like more distant. I'm good, I'm good, I'm good, but you can't see her.
Hmm.
Folks, who does what?
Uh,
Boris is climbing down, by the way.
I I think I'm gonna climb up, actually,
Okay.
or at least try. I'm gonna attempt to do that jump or whatever that Sandra needed help with, but I'm reckless enough that I'm gonna try and do it by my lonesome.
Okay. So just I mean, for you to know, like it's that jump is really bad. So you're gonna need to like I mean, Sandra was stuck. Sandra is like an excellent climber. I mean, she's super physical. She's like, I mean, she's probably the strongest person, quickest person, more like she's tough and she can do everything. And she was stuck there. And the thing is a fucking nightmare. Plus, now it's dark. So if you want to continue, you're gonna have to do a critical success, which is super
Yeah,
hard.
that's
Like, yeah.
if only if I had chosen Daredevil as my power.
Yeah. Your weird would allow you to re-roll once, if you
Okay.
failed, pending one weird, but still you would need a double six.
Okay, yeah, no, I think that Sarah isn't particularly reserved, but I don't think she's actively suicidal.
Okay. I mean, you
So,
get there, but once you're there and like you assess the situation, fuck, you see, I mean, that's just not possible
yeah.
without help, you know?
Hmm. Well, in that case, I think I'm heading down because at this point, it feels as if the wheels are in motion. You know.
Yeah. But I'm gonna tell you, you know what? Getting down, it's easier said than done right now because
Oh.
it's fucking dark and Boris probably has tore down a piece of the ladder when he fell. So that's gonna require another roll, and I'm gonna get back to you in just a sec and see what our friends are doing. Like first, our scanner, Johnny.
So
Yeah.
I was heading back to Dante. Have I made
Okay.
it there by now?
Yeah. Let's assume you're there. Yeah.
I'm like, hey, look, and I scrub back.
Just one thing before you get there. As you were going there, you noticed that like around the pool, like most of the people who were there were kind of have already left or were packing their stuff and
Mm,
were going away, right?
okay, good.
Which
So
which which makes sense. I mean,
totally.
it's
We're
getting dark.
slowly becoming more alone in the dark around this creepy quarry. Yeah, I'm getting it.
There's just like the hairdresser with another person. They're like under that makeshift tent with a barbecue. They're like grilling meat. But except from that, like yeah, you hear like voices of people who are kind of disappearing in the woods, getting away. And yeah.
Terrible. Yeah, so I go to Dante, I'm like, hey, look, and I scrub back through the footage that I just recorded
Mhm.
um of like the things in the woods and then like kind of walking out, not necessarily following me, but walking behind me. And I'm like, hey, I think people die here.
Yeah. Yeah, they absolutely do. They do. Are they
we
when so you recorded that earlier?
Yeah, just
And
now.
you told me about that weird guy too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Are they still follow or were they following you or just coming over to the water?
Oh yeah, I guess I'm still recording behind me for a bit, so I'll look over with my camera. Do I see any of them still, or
So yeah, so you see like so now you're in different area of the quarry, so those persons were not like following you, like they're not trailing you, they didn't follow you on the path.
okay?
They were rather getting closer to the edges of the quarry, and like all around the quarry you've spotted like smaller groups, like two there, three there, five there, like of people like kind of like closely like getting like yeah, getting to the edges of the quarry. Yeah. And if you look from where you are right now and you pan and look like they make like a glow all around the quarry. So like I don't know, there's 20 of them probably. There's a bunch of them.
And then when I pull out my Polaroid, I see people in a cave.
Yeah. You see that thing? Yeah.
They look like drowned, or
They
do they
look
just look like they're
drowned.
in a cave?
No. They look drowned. Yeah.
Like blue
They
lips
look
and everything.
drowned,
And
blue lips. Yeah. Swollen bodies, partly swollen bodies, and some of them are in worse state, as in like partially rotten, but they
like
look
they've
drowned. Yeah.
been, yeah, all bloated
Yeah.
from the water and stuff.
Yeah.
And my vigil is still picking up like an absence of danger, which is very weird.
No, let's say that your visual triggers right now, and right now it's kind of pointing at above you, like Sandra. Yeah, your visual is you've got like the red light blinking and
Gotcha. Yeah, I people die here, and someone's gonna die here tonight.
Oh, okay. Okay. What, where, yeah. And I look over and can I see Sarah climbing down?
Yeah, you see Sarah climbing down, and Sarah is going to do a roll, and we'll see how the climbing happens.
No, good to know. Should I just roll that now?
Yeah, please, if you want to. Yeah.
The highest roll was a 5.
Okay. The highest roll is a 5. So give me a sec. Yeah, I would say like you climb down, okay? Like you don't fly down. You climb down, but you slip just at the end of the rope and twist your ankle. 5
Shit.
is a success with a complication. So you're gonna twist your ankle. So you didn't fall 20 meters, but you fell like just probably a couple of meters, and you're gonna lose 1 heart point, but you got a bunch, so you're good.
Yeah. So there we
There's got a
go.
lot of heart, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, like narratively, you've twisted your ankle, you can't run. It hurts. It hurts super bad. And yeah, you can barely like put your feet on the ground without feeling pain. And yeah.
Hmm.
So you're all there,
No,
right?
I was just thinking my course of action because I do have that weird day old pizza or multi-day old pizza.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
That I could roll the effect for that.
That would be cool. So you're eating it, right?
Yeah. No, I'm her, so I just like, you know what, fuck it. I'm gonna just eat that slice of pizza and hope that it makes me feel better.
So that's 1d10.
A 1d10. Okay. That is 0 slow motion +1 focus for 24 hours.
Yeah. So I would say that like the pizza like tastes like fucking disgusting. I mean, no doubt about it. It's rotten. Like it's gone. I mean, you shouldn't have eaten it. And yeah, as you eat it, like yeah, I mean, you kind of things kind of slow like down around you. You feel like you're in the moment, like you feel so much in the moment, and you get your +1 focus for the rest of the night, 24 hours.
Oh, there we
So
go.
Boris back down, and Samir wants to leave. He say, "Hey, he just wants to leave. It's dark and it's scary, and yeah, and he wants to go back." And Boris answers that he just wants to wait for the jump, wait for Sandra, wait for his stones, and above you, Sandra goes like, "I made it! I'm gonna jump! I'm gonna jump! I'm gonna go for it!" And actually, folks, you can see like those like, I mean, it's a very faint light, but you can see like glowing spots at the bottom of the pool, and yeah, it's a very silent moment. Is there anything you want to do right now before presumably Sandra jumps? Or
Oh, I yell, "Don't jump!" I'm like, "Don't jump!"
okay. Well, Dante, I mean, he's kind of
Resigned.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
resigned. He said that.
I think wait, I might have one way of discouraging jumping. In my inventory, I have I believe it was 3 Phoenix fireworks.
Yeah. Okay.
I think what I might want to do, and yeah, I'm not entirely sure how
I feel this
possible
is
this would
going
be.
to go
But
interesting, to be interesting.
yeah, no. What
I
I
have
want
a
to try
feeling.
and do is I want to like kind of maybe I want to use my weirdness to try and like throw the fireworks out in, like, and ignite them in the air.
Sure.
And be like, no, I'm not letting you jump. Like that kind of just
Okay.
like.
Okay, Jess, but to clarify, like, do you want like the fireworks like to scare Sandra, to write something in the air? So what's like
It's made. I'm gonna be like, I'm not letting you jump, and like holding these fireworks and being like, like you know what I can do with these kind of thing. Just like no. If you're gonna, I'm going to try everything in my power to prevent you from jumping.
so basically it's like if I tell me if I'm getting this right, kind of menacing them, right? So I'm gonna get angry, don't do that. So okay, so that's cool. The only thing we need to clarify is, are you using your power to do that, or are you just throwing the fireworks and shouting something? And
I'm gonna use my powers to do that.
okay, so you have ignite. What ignite could do is make like your like fireworks like do a fucking huge screaming explosion, like bursting towards Sandra, and you can do that absolutely. So cool, we're using a power. The way that works is the power is gonna succeed. So I mean it's gonna so the way you're using it is to attempt to have like not a mechanical effect, but an effect on the behavior on one of the characters. So we'll see how that happens. But what's sure is that you're gonna obtain the mechanical effect that you want to obtain for sure.
Yeah.
And but we're gonna see if the power triggers a scar. And for that, you need to do a weird save. So rolling how much weird you have? Three weird. So that's rolling 3 dice, and you need a 5 or a 6.
All right. I got 2 6s actually.
Okay, perfect. So means that you're in perfect control of the weird. You light the fireworks and well, you don't have a lighter, but we don't care. Or maybe you have one. You light your fireworks, so you pinch them. Doesn't matter. Or you light them with your power. You throw
with my mind.
And yeah, you call the fucking fire demon, and the fireworks like fucking make a huge fucking blast, gigantic blast in the sky. And before finishing to resolve this action, I want to ask Johnny, do you like, you're recording video, but also sound, I presume?
Yeah. I'm using a. Oh, I just closed the window. I had the camcorder pulled up that I was using, but yes, it does have sound.
Yeah. Do you have like headphones or?
Yeah, I mean, I think that he'd have like a single one in because he's kind of an AV nerd,
Sure, of course. Who needs both? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's always like.
So like the fireworks explode. They make a beautiful fucking huge light. Sandra answers, "What the fuck, dude? Are you fucking crazy? You could have killed me." And I guess that you hear them run, and you hear they're jumping. They're jumping.
Well, that was the closest thing I could think to influencing them.
Absolutely. And Johnny, after like the explosion, you hear like in your camcorder, like very deep, twisted, weird screams, like coming from kind of like like echoing like all around like the fucking pool. And I
Terrifying.
think that yeah, really cool. I think that Dante feels in his gut. You probably don't really see it, but you feel Sandra. No, you know what? She fucking screams like "Ah!" You hear them, sorry, they scream, then poof. And Johnny, the screams start to they get closer. They get really closer, and the things. I mean, your camera. You can't see. You can't see shit with your camera. I mean, you don't have a night mode, or do you have a night
I have
mode?
a night. Absolutely, that camera does in fact have a night.
Yeah. Wait. We're gonna see if you have a night mode. I mean, let's roll
okay,
that.
cool.
I don't roll much, but today I don't know what happens. We're rolling a lot. So
Let's do it.
let's roll a luck die. 5, 6.
Absolutely.
You've got a night mode.
I rolled a 5.
Okay, great.
Let's
So you have
go.
Night mode.
night mode. Okay, cool. So you see two things like with your weird twisted night mode, and you see like Sandra like going down, and after a while, like you lose her. You can't track her. You lose them. Sorry, you can't track them completely. They kind of disappear like in the darkness of the water. And yeah, and you see the things. They're walking the path that leads through your terrace. They're getting closer to you.
I'm like, hey guys, they're all around us now. Like they're coming this way. They're coming.
Do I sense the danger?
Oh yeah.
Do I sense it
Like-
from them, or do I sense it from like the water?
Okay. You sense it from them. You sense it from the water. You sense it from behind you. There's something behind you. Like we're like dilating time right now. We're talking like out of game, but in game, there's something behind you. Like now.
I grab Johnny and I turn towards the thing. And I want to see through the camera at the thing with Johnny.
Okay. Cool. Okay. That's so cool. Okay. That's so cool. Okay. So there's Boris. There's just Boris with a rock. And so basically he's I think he's gonna I don't know. I think he's gonna hit the camera. So you see that on the screen, and both of you see like night mode, like Boris' hand, like and like the camera fucking shatters and explodes, and right
I'd
close
like to use
you,
rewind.
right close to you, there's Marcus saying, "Oh shit," and he's still there, like filming, and
Follow me around.
yeah. So like the rock, he didn't throw the rock, like he used it like
He's
as
trying
an
to hit with
hammer,
the
right?
rock.
Yeah.
Cain
He
and
threw
Abel style.
Yeah. So like the camera saved you, like basically saved you both. So you want to use rewind? Cool. That's so cool. Yeah, let's take a sec so you can rewind one round, which is perfect right now. But how does that happen? Like is there a particular way like it happens, like, or you just close your eyes and rewind? So what do you do?
I
What do
think
you
it's
feel?
just like that. I close my eyes really hard. You know?
Yeah.
I feel like a little drop in my stomach, as I close my eyes, like, when you're like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, like when you're going, like losing altitude or something, like you feel the drop, like I feel that as I close my eyes.
Okay, cool. And so again, your power is going to work. Oh, by the way, sorry, I'm not sure if I mentioned that, Stella, but after using your power, you've lost 1 weird point. Okay.
Okay.
So
Cool.
before using your power, Hunter, we're going to see if it triggers a scar. The scar, so the power is going to work, but the scar might change the way it works. So
Cool. Oh, yeah.
you're rolling a weird save right now. So how much weird do you have?
Before I spend the point, I have 4. So do I roll?
Yeah, before.
Okay, so 4.
You need a 5 or a 6.
I got a 5 and a 6.
Perfect.
Let's
So
go.
like clench your eyes and you're back 1 round. So basically you're back 1 round means you're facing the pool. There's Dante in front of you. And no, wait, there's Dante behind you, right? There's Dante behind you.
Right.
Yeah. So you're facing the pool. There's Dante behind you. What do you do?
Oh, okay. So he's about to swing the rock. I'm gonna
Basically, it's about to swing the rock at Dante's head.
I'm gonna turn and pull Dante like down and towards me, like towards the ground and down, or
Okay.
towards the ground and towards
so basically,
me.
just basically fucking tackle me down.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So sure. Sorry, making a little grid.
Way to make this as creepy as possible, and then just like now you're getting fucking attacked. It's like
So you do that. Yeah, sure. You do that. You grab Dante, and I would say that you go down, both of you, like with the full weight of your body, right? You just like fall on the floor and like worries, like you hear like a whoosh like that, and that's cool because we can experiment with combat mode. We are entering combat mode. Combat mode works with rounds, and in each round, like player characters get their turns first, and then the NPCs act. So so that's the first round. You can act in whatever order you want to, like the player characters, whatever makes sense for you, either narratively or in a tactical way. So right now, your Dante and Johnny are on the floor. Sarah is there. Like it's a small space. Like I would say, like I don't know, it's like 10 feet across. Like it's a really small space. Everybody's there, and probably you. So Dante has rock, and you see the glimmer of the blade coming from a small blade coming from Samir's hand, and the sandwich little brother. I mean, he's not a kid, like he's like 18 like you, but he's the little brother. And during each round you can move and go for an action or use a power. So who wants to go first?
It would make sense for Sarah if both of us are on the ground.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
kick his ass.
So the way I had imagined it is that I wanted to specifically use because I had 3 of the fireworks. Did I use them all up in that display? Because we'd say that you've consumed 1 of the Phoenix fireworks. Like I've got a plan then.
Cool. Cool.
With that, I've got 2 Phoenix fireworks left. I'm gonna try and use my power to ignite, and specifically like kind of like just grab one of the fireworks and almost kind of use how like Roman candles are, where it's just like a stream.
Like a
I kind of I want to try and just like look at them and be like, fuck you, as I unleash this stream of demon fire, I guess.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, that's cool. The way I see it is that like the damage would be localized, so meaning you would have to pick one of the two dudes. Like
I'm gonna say the one with the knife.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. And
I'm gonna have to make a weird save for that.
Yeah, we're gonna make the weird save, and then I'm gonna tell you what happens.
All right, that is a 6.
Perfect.
That's another success. Whew.
Perfect. So I mean, like, I think you guys on the floor, you see like little, like you see Sarah's eyes, like almost
Spark.
getting flamey, a spark. Like for a second, you grab the firework. You. I mean, like the fire demon is in you, like with you for a sec, and you fire that thing at Samir's face, and you literally burn and cauterize his face, and he remains like still for a sec and falls on his back. And you've killed it because you do fucking 3 damage, and 3 damage is a lot. Like in the last bay, you don't roll for damage unless using some specific things, and 1 damage is standard, 2 starts to be a lot, and 3 is what like a tough NPC would do each time they hit you, and you've got a high flow, so you.
This is what I get for not putting anything in focus.
Yeah, rest in peace, Samir.
I'm only mildly demonically. I'm only mildly demonically possessed. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
So day in the last bay, we just watch somebody get burned to death in front of us, you know?
Yeah. Things happen. You know?
Yeah.
Shit happens, you know. Sometimes you lose a face, you know.
I think Johnny's gonna go for a punch now. I don't really have any weapons or anything, so.
Oh, yeah. Bare hands doesn't do damage.
Then
hey, listen, a dick punch always hurts. That's all I'm saying.
Oh man.
As he's
but you could use your camcorder. You could hit with the camcorder. It's not broken anymore.
Yeah, but that would break it.
Of course. I mean, it's your call.
No, I don't think that that's something Johnny would do. I think that this is like I think I'm gonna get up and like move away.
You could try and grapple, you know, but you wouldn't deal damage. You would just I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try to wrestle. Would that be force?
That would be probably force, I guess. Yeah.
Weak bitch.
I put nothing into force. I put, this is the least combat focused character I could possibly make. I was like, no, this is gonna be a weirdo who's really into VHS.
They have his thing he picks up his like the VHS the tape player when he has to. That's it.
I think is there any way that I could so for magnetize / demagnetize, is that me or what I touch? Or
I mean, it's whatever you want, honestly.
Okay, I'm gonna try to magnetize this guy, and hopefully something flies at him that hits him and interrupts him. So
there is that knife in the.
Okay, I'm gonna try magnetize him then. So
okay, cool. So you yeah, sure, you do. You use your magnetized power.
And for my weird roll, I rolled a 5.
Oh, that's cool.
And a 2 and a 1. So
you're having good rolls. That's cool. So yeah, sure. So you put your hands on him, I guess, or like it's like the imposition of hands. And
I'm imagining it more just like a slap. Like I slapped him real quick, you know?
Oh yeah.
Just a moment to touch him to magnetically charge him. So
okay, you magnetically. Oh, I can't say that. Charge him. You charge him, and Yeah, the knife, it's a pocket knife, but that's enough. There's enough like metal in there for it to fly from dead Samir's hand and to stick and to reach like Boris' stomach. And I think, yeah.
So it's burning these guys.
So like actually in the back, not in the stomach, probably. The knife reaches him in the back and he's stuck in his back. Yeah. So
That's gotta hurt.
And then, can
Yeah.
I then like grab my ritual knife out of my docks
fuck.
and just like stand up into him and just like put the knife into his chest?
Okay, you can do that. You can do that. So
As I do that,
wait. You'll have to roll for that, okay?
okay. I assume that'll be force.
I mean, yeah, unless you wanna, I don't know, pray or you're doing like super quick reacting after what happened. That could be flow as well. Like,
Well, I also, it's a metal knife. Do I get a boost for it already being magnetized towards his body?
Could be, yeah, could be. So let's say that you got +1 die for using the knife in your action, and we're gonna give you +1 die for kind of following the flow, like the flux of the magnetized field, so magnetic field. So oh yeah, you have the same force and flow. So anyways, that's 4 dice.
Okay. I got 1 5.
Okay. You got 1 5. So okay, this is what happens. So this is what happens. If I'm too gory, just stop me. But this is what happens. Like, I mean, it's not you stabbing, it's your knife going. You know,
It almost like comes out of my hands.
Yeah, as soon as you start the movement, but it pulls your hand. It pulls your hand, like your hand is firmly gripping the handle, and the knife gets into Boris' stomach, and your hand with it. So
Video drum-ish.
You're stuck in it. And give me a sec. That's gonna be Boris' turn.
All of these knives sticking out of him. He's not dead yet.
No, he's not dead yet. He's a tough one.
Oh.
But he's like kind of puking blood, you know. So
we're a bunch of weird nightmare teens.
Yeah. Woo! Just like real life. Just like me when I was a teen, you know?
I don't think I was ever possessed by a demon in my teenage years.
Maybe we were, and we just don't know.
That's true.
I was possessed by the party demon, so.
Oh yeah. So here's what happens. Oh, sorry. Please go ahead.
I was gonna just diatribe about how my parents saw that I was like such a nerdy shut-in as a teen. They were just like, "Are you sure? Like, you don't want to have a party or whatever?" I'm like, "I'm sure. I just want to stay home and read a book." And they're like, "Okay, that's really weird." Anyways, continue.
Yeah, I can relate to that. Honestly, I can most clearly relate to that. Yeah, I didn't have the party demon. Yeah. So fucking Boris is in a like extremely bad shape. You feel something squishy, wet, and warm, like on your face, and that's Boris spitting blood on you, and he grabs your wrist, gets close to you, and give me a sec. Actually, he grabs you by the neck and starts walking, pulling you towards the edge of the cliff, and you're gonna need a force save or you to free yourself from the hold, right?
Oh.
Cool.
But
And I only get 2 dice.
That's gonna be for the next round. So like everybody has played, that's cool. Boris has played, and next round, I assume, I don't know, how would you want to play that? So here's the situation, right? You got like Boris is kind of holding, half choking you, like arm goes around the neck, hand on the throat, holds your wrist. He's against you, and he's like with whatever strength left he has, is like pushing you towards like the edge of the cliff.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Sarah, yeah, you're there, you're close. Dante as well, and right now, yeah, okay. Please go ahead.
no, I suffer the consequences of my own actions. I stab them. I'm stuck in them. So I imagine he starts choking and like stumbling forward, but he's bigger than me. And there might be like a hill, like a slight slope. So it's actually getting faster and faster as he's kind of like moving down. And I'm like having to get faster and faster to like stay up. And I imagine that like
it's a very short. I mean, it's very short run mostly. So like,
I want to try to break the thing off of me. So what I want to try to do is right before I get to the edge of the cliff, I want to like drag him down with me and then do that like kick thing. So we almost go like this and he flips. Okay. But so
you want to fall and pull him above you, right?
Yeah. Okay. But I want to try to keep my ritual dagger.
Okay.
But so I just want to like kind of pull that out and then like use my feet and hands and everything and just like trying to flip them off me. And it's force, right? So I only get 2.
Yeah.
Dope.
Again, what you can do is after you've rolled, is spend 1 weird to roll again.
Okay. Cool. That's probably a good thing. Yeah. I rolled a 5 and a 6.
Okay,
let's fucking go.
Wow.
Perfect. So you do a couple of steps backwards, and then you just sit, and you don't know where that comes from, and you put your feet, like on his lap, and just push with everything you have, and like it just goes and flies over your head, and you keep your knife.
Let's go.
I'm keeping the knife.
So 3 things happen right now. So Johnny, just to clarify, are you filming? Are you not filming? Where's the camcorder?
If he's able to, he's always filming. So
okay. So you had to stop like here and there, but probably like you're taking your camcorder back, and you see a few things. You see first Marcus, who's not filming anymore, who's totally in shock, and who's looking at you, and he's like is traumatized by what he's just seen. And you see Sandra, who's all wet, smiley, and is walking. She's getting close. I mean, she probably climbed back or something, and she's getting close, and she's super happy. She's got a glowing stone, and she's, what the fuck happened, guys? I made it. I got a stone, And are you good? What happened here? Where's Boris? And behind Sandra, you see that glowy, palish thing of people who were getting closer to getting closer to the edge of the pool. Now they're kind of all converging on the path, and they're coming towards you super quick. They're kind of not running. They're not able to run, but they're moving super fast. They're getting
towards us or towards Sandra?
Towards Sandra. And so, like, to clarify, there's you. In front of you, there's Sandra. Behind Sandra, like, I don't know, like 50 meters behind Sandra, 150 feet, there's the bunch of people who are coming closer.
I want to have my ritual knife in my hand. And I want to reach out to whatever it is that answers my questions.
Yeah.
And ask, how do I stop this? As my hand and knife are covered in the spilt blood required to ask that question.
Okay, that's so cool, man. Yeah. Go for it. Like, roll your weird save. That's so cool.
I got 4 weird.
Let's fucking go. Weirdest guy we know.
1266.
That's
fucking
amazing. That's fucking amazing. Yeah, so just before answering, you said I want to reach to whatever answers my questions. Let's take a sec to tell what answers your questions. Like, there's the photograph. You serve Lucy the Eyeless. That is whatever you want it to be. So you've got blood on your hand. You've got you're asking that, and how does the answer come? Like,
I feel like it all comes back to the photograph, or at least that's the thing that I think it is. This is the thing that triggers. So when I reach in and I pull out my Polaroid, there's always one of the figures. Like I said, the figures are always the same, even though the circumstances are different. But there's one that when I ask a question, and the photograph's always a photograph, except when I ask a question, and then I can see the lips move on this one woman who always answers my question.
It's so fucked. I love it.
which is, if that's cool for you, probably that's Lucy the Eyeless themselves, or an avatar of Lucy the Eyeless, and they whisper to you, "Drop the stone, run."
Okay.
Did you get that? Was that too low? Or
Yeah.
No word. Yeah.
Drop the stone, run.
Yeah. I tuck the Polaroid. I jam the bloody knife into my boot, and ignoring everybody else, I run to Sandra with my hand still covered in gore. I want to rip the rock out of her hand and just chuck it back into the water.
Okay. Well, she sees you coming. She's so happy to see you. I mean, you can't really see much, but I mean, like, she's smiling at you, basically. So she's just cool with you running at her.
Rock,
And the rock. And you grab the rock. What the fuck are you doing, dude? And you flip it like in the water.
Yeah.
And Johnny.
And I just scream. I just scream, run! And take off.
You see Johnny, like that. The dudes, I mean, are like the figures, like the palish, glowy figures are kind of slowing down, but they're not like totally stopping. They're like, I don't know, like probably they look at each other. They're trying to. Okay, this is when, I always have this moment when I play in English. After a while, my English goes. I don't know where it goes.
This happens to native English speakers as well.
Oh yeah.
Don't worry.
So okay.
Yeah, I mean, no judgment. I only speak one language, so
it becomes weird dialects right now. It's becoming a weird dialect. I'm losing the words. So, anyways, like there's this stop. They're assessing the situation, but what I'm trying to communicate is that probably it's just a pause or something. So, anyways, so the thing is, Sandra doesn't really understand what the fuck is happening, and right now she's angry at you. I don't know if you're listening to what she's saying, but she's like, I mean, she's not gonna hurt you or whatever. You've had probably already those kind of conversation with her, but she's fucking yelling at you like she's 10 centimeters from your face, and she's so fucking pissed at you.
Yeah.
What the fuck did you do? And that's if you want to go away, that's probably something that needs to be resolved and taken.
I'll grab her by her shirt and I got this bloody hand and I'll just scream in her face, Boris is fucking dead, run, and I'll push her off of me and I'm just gonna take off.
Okay, what do you do, the others?
I think I'm gonna hear the run. I'm just fucking booking it. I don't want to get caught having melted a guy's face off either. So
yeah, I think Johnny's inherently not like a fighter, and he just magnetized somebody and that happened to work out. So I think even the moment Dante started heading over there, like he also was just like, I want to get out of here. But I'd also like to point out that is it Boris who I magnetized? Did I magnetize Boris or his brother?
No, it's Boris.
It was Boris. He's still magnetized, man. So if there's stuff around him, it's all kind of slowly heading his way.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Let's hope it didn't affect any of the tapes.
Nah.
It doesn't matter. Let's hope it did affect the tape that Marcus had of us murdering somebody.
Yeah.
We'll get to Marcus in a sec. So you folks run. And as the three of you like flee, and like Sandra, basically she grabs her shit, puts her shoes and starts running behind you, like asking like 10 times, what the fuck is happening? What the fuck is happening? And we're gonna make it simple. We're gonna say that you make it. You flee. We're gonna roll like a luck die for everybody of you, and for the three of you to see if, like, I don't know, anything happens during the run, because I mean it's super dark. You're in the woods. Are you losing something? Is that affecting you in any way? But Johnny, probably, I don't know. The last thing you see through your camcorder is Marcus still on the terrace, like filming those dudes, looking at you guys, looking at the dudes who are filming, and being like, you're not sure what, but like those ghosts, half dead, half drowned people, they go over him and they kind of pull him and pull him down into the pool.
Not my good friend Marcus.
Yeah, your good friend Marcus. Your super close friend. So yeah, let's see if whatever something happens, some shit happens to you. Like, please, everybody rolls a d6. If you roll 5 or 6, you're fine. If you roll less, probably something happens.
Roll the 5.
I rolled 5. 5's all
Triple
around.
fives, baby.
We
Yeah,
rolled
that's
really
the
well
5.
today.
Real friends.
Yeah,
Woo,
like,
high fives.
I'm not sure. I can't remember, but I'm not sure if you failed even a single roll.
No.
I wanted to make all of my stuff relics and none of it was relics. But I also only rolled like twice.
Yeah.
I think I rolled, besides the relic rolls, I rolled
so.
twice all night. So
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So it takes you half of the night probably to reach an area where you find like civilization and city lights, and you walk back to the house. And yeah, like Sandra is pestering you with questions about what happened. Do you answer? Do you tell them? And is there something you wanna ask them or?
Oh,
I think
good.
I think I'm gonna go to the bathroom and throw up, because that nasty pizza slice and the adrenaline wearing off finally. It's just like hitting me all of a sudden.
yeah.
Sure.
I think I ignore
I'm
and
gonna
just
explain.
like, no, I'll just wash my hands and just ignore everybody and just slam the door to my room and like absorb what happened.
Yeah, not me. I'm like, there was all these like it looked like dead people on the camera. It's like Johnny's like awake for once, you know. He's like fully there, and he's like not repeating words, and he's like clearly communicating. It's like,
damn, this affected him a lot.
yeah, it really did, deeply. He saw somebody die in person, which he's only ever seen on video. So, he's like, yeah, I like. What's up with Boris tried to kill us with a rock?
Oh, you're telling that to Sandra or
yeah.
Yeah.
The good thing about what happened though with like the killing and everything is that our fingerprints aren't on Samir's blade, and Boris died of being stabbed from a blade that has Samir's fingerprints on it. So hopefully we're okay.
Yeah, well, about that, like you grew up there, so you all know that like law enforcement is not really a thing that happens in the Bay. Like there's less uniforms, but they're more like factions fighting for power than anything else.
Did you say, you said fascists?
Factions.
Oh, either one.
Yeah, factions like other factions. There's not really a 911 you can call, and probably there's one. If you call, they just don't come. So I mean, there's not really a police force as we know it. So yeah, about Sandra. Yeah, so she's super. Like she deflects the conversation. She doesn't want to talk about it, and she basically, like, you feel she's genuine, and she doesn't believe it. She says it's not possible. Like we were friends. Like I mean that's just not possible. I don't know why you're making this up, but that's not possible.
Oh, I recorded everything.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, and I pull up the camcorder and I scrub through the footage back to like the fight, which I assume it's like a tussle. So it's like the footage is shaky.
Yeah,
and stuff,
yeah. It's Blair Witch Project basically.
Yeah.
But the fight. Yeah. So she looks at it like silently. When it's finished, she goes, okay. She stands up, they stand up, go to their room, slam the door.
Everyone's big into door slamming nowadays.
Yeah, we're like 19, we're 18, we're slamming doors.
Nobody sleeps, and everybody slams the door.
I mean, that's exactly what a household full of like late teens, early 20s would be like. So
exactly,
that's right.
Yeah,
and congrats, you survived. Yeah. You survived deep water, and everybody made it.
Good job, weird teens. Woo!
We did it.
We survived. Yeah. So this has been the Lost Bay Suburban Gothic RPG here on the Weekly Scroll. When is the Lost Bay going to be hitting Kickstarter? Because that is sooner than later.
The Lost Bay is going to be on Kickstarter the second half of March. Still doing extremely complex scientific calculations to find out the perfect day, but it's going to be most likely the second half of March. Yeah, and
awesome.
Can I say a word about real quick about what's in
there? Please do.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Sure. Like, so there's the standard, there would be very little tiers, but they're packed with stuff. There's like the standard tier where you have 3 booklets, one for the GM, so a GM guide, like its tools, tips, frameworks for building, running advanced campaigns and advanced rules. There's the user guide. User guide is like character creation, all the vibes, and like the very essential rules you need to play the game. And then there's the travel guide, which is a setting in which you'll have several districts of the Bay, each one with a point crawl, actually with 2 point crawls, a small point crawl and a larger point crawl, and the point crawl, the nodes of the point crawl are either very simple locations and sometimes like mini dungeons. And today, like, we've played, I don't know, like a kind of eerie, slow, slow burn or slow drawn like game, but I mean, like the game can be played in a lot of ways. I've been playing with different flavors, from like almost magical realism, like slightly weird reality, to super gonzo, almost a la Morkborg, I would say, like with so much weird shit happening that it's funny. And like in a higher tier, we've got a lot of adventure modules, and written by other designers who are Sam Lee. I'm sure I'm gonna forget that someone. Let me grab the press kit real quick because I'm a bit tired and I don't want to forget anybody. So yeah, adventure modules that basically show how you can play the game in different ways, you know? And so we got Sam Lee writing a Tamagotchi related module. There's Alfred Valley writing an hex scroll. Watt from Cloud Empress is writing a very melancholic, weird module, kind of a micro setting. And there's Dave, Kenny, and myself who are writing together Mole Crawl Gonzo survival thing. And with Chris Ario, we're writing a slasher adventure, which is actually kind of taken from the adventure we first played together, Ryan and
nice.
Hunter, with the swine. So it's a bit different. It's more intense. And so 6 adventure modules. And then we have a higher tier with like tools and stuff, like additional tools like character sheets and still thinking on the box. I don't know, maybe a box. I don't know, like to put everything in your box. But yeah, and we have like, so I'm sorry, I'm a bit tired right now, but I'm really excited about sharing all that. And the stretch goals are not so much more content, because like in the tiers, you've got already so much stuff. The stretch goals are mostly tools, either tools for the facilitate playing for the GMs and community-oriented tools. And I'm super excited about that. And there's a few fun things. There's a choose your own adventure style character creation. So instead of picking your vibe, you answer a few questions, and then you know what your character is. And that's a stretch goal with Christian Sorel from Mid Castle. We have a digital.
Oh, these names you're dropping in this. I'm just like, oh, this is the best of the best.
Yeah.
You definitely purged off a lot of those mothership people from the Oru bundle, huh?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's true. Yeah, but with Christian, we've been working on previous stuff, like the Morkborg bundle. We have a digital point crawl generator by Jacob Marks, who's been doing the Varn digital generation, which is on itch.io, and it's just splendid. So we're gonna do a point crawl if we reach the stretch goal. Several stuff like helpers and stuff, and there's 2 stretch goals which I'm super excited about. One, it's not really a stretch. I mean, it's not really for the Lost Bay. So it's about accessibility. It's an accessibility guide. So basically, the way the stretch goal will work for the Lost Bay is like, help the team create accessible content. And I'm working on this in collaboration with Wilp, not sure how to pronounce their name. And if we reach the stretch goal, we're gonna build like a guide and workflow and set of tools that is gonna be just free for the community. If you're doing a Kickstarter, you're designing, you're publishing, and you wanna make your work more accessible, there's gonna be, like a workflow and a list of tools you can use to do that. So that's something I'm really excited about.
Awesome.
And probably
dude, this is a crazy project. I'm so stoked to see this whole way. Also, like the Jacob Marks drop. I'm actually a huge fan of, like, he does the Varn Atlas, and he's done the Synth Pilgrimage. I'm a really big fan of their stuff. So That's really
And
cool.
last thing is so the game is very much influenced by the community. Like every big step I take, I ask, because there's an early version like out. It's been out for 7 months. So there's people playing it and like publishing things for it. So I ask like the community, are we doing things the right way, etc. And I asked what was missing from the Kickstarter, and people said what's missing is different flavors of the Lost Bay, like from like different cultural backgrounds or different like physical regional locations. So one of the stretch goals is about that. We are working a lot for, I'm saying we because there's a lot of people, like not only the team but members of the community involved, to facilitate like people who don't speak English, like making the game more accessible. So plan is to have a stretch goal where we'll have content written in other languages. And right now I'm discussing with like a Mexican creator to have like a micro setting in Spanish, because there's people in Mexico who are kind of interested in the Lost Bay, and somebody in Taiwan as well, who's there very much into like urban legends, teen urban legends. They told me, so they're kind of, we're working to kind of like produce basically a quick start 4 pages version, easily translatable into other languages, and support that and make it easy for the community to grab it, translate it in something else. So somebody's offered themselves to translate it in German. I'll translate it in French. And yeah, that stretch goal would be having content produced by folks, designer in their own language, and then translating it in English so that people who don't speak Spanish or Chinese or French can still read the content. And I'm super excited about that. That one would be probably just PDFs because we won't be able to print everything, but yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that sounds absolutely fantastic. Yeah, not only accessibility for like the first thing you said, but accessibility for like the entire world. Because like you said, like not everyone has the same kind of like Euro or American, like Western, like weirdness. So it's really cool to be able to like have accessibility into the weirdness of other people's regions and cultures and stuff like that. So that's absolutely fantastic. So super excited for that.
Yeah, so, me too, me as well.
So you will hear more about that as it comes closer. I mean, obviously, we're going to talk about it as soon as it drops on the show. We'll make sure we go over the Kickstarter page and everything. Obviously, again, we are huge fans of Eco here on the show and everything that they do, and obviously all the people that are involved with it. So again, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Yeah,
always appreciate it. Yeah. And Stella,
the game.
Yeah.
Stella, again, going to be one of our regular guests, you know, West Coast, Best Coast people here. So thank you so much again for coming on.
This was really fun. If I could have a very, very quick call to action. The first time I was on here, I had a call of action telling all of you, stop thinking about learning an instrument, start learning an instrument. My second call to action, I know that if you started learning, you probably spent a lot of months not practicing. So start practicing again. That's my call to action.
I'll pull the bass out of my closet. We'll get on.
I'm going to go buy a keyboard.
Yeah.
Cool.
Admittedly, I have not been practicing because my nails have been too long, but whatever, it's fine.
No, same.
All you got to do is think about it, and then it'll not change anything, but you'll think about it. So there we go. Once again, Eco, Stella, thank you both for coming on. That has been our show for today. Everyone have a wonderful day. Bye, everybody. Bye.